Good morning, everybody. My name is Gilles Longueve. I'm the current president of the Maritime Passive Safety Association. This association is a cluster of suppliers. Thank you very much for, as the organizer, to invite us. Apostolo just asked me to give you information about a new concept rising called the salvage friendly ship, and also to illustrate the concept, a solution. You know, we all know that the evolution of the maritime industry today is quite drastic, and technically, commercially, and legally, the market is more complex and demanding. Reduce the ship impact on the marine environment, meet current stakeholder expectations. That is to require design on equipment to be environmentally friendly. As class society, underlined by various studies and analysis, the ship operational field is not the only one to consider. New topics arise, as the incident and accident involving oil pollution. Nowadays, any shipping company cannot afford to have an accident, since the legal, the financial, and the commercial impact are so huge. Zero mistake is now expected, while the zero risk does not exist. How can we mitigate the risk? As shown in the equations, two factors compose the risk. Many improvements have been made to limit the causes of the accident. To reduce again significantly the risk, the second factor related to the consequences of the accident must be improved. This is a field that we have chosen to explore to finally design and develop cost-efficient solutions that I will, for one of them, introduce to you. After seafarers' rescue, which is the first emergency topics, then the pollutant spillage is a consequence of an accident that regulators, authorities, insurers, cargo, and ship owners would like to avoid. In the meantime, the role of the ship owners in case of accident has changed. The ship owners is more than ever the one to provide immediate emergency response. He is the one exposed to media. He is the one who has to prove of its real environmental concerns. He is the one to be legally, financially, and publicly impacted. He is the one to lose more than a ship. As soon as the risk of pollution is under control, the level of risk decreases. And action for ship rescue can be handled in an organized manner. How to cope with the reality and stay competitive? We all know that in case of accident, time is an aggravating factor. All means to accelerate the oil recovery and avoid any spillage are key assets to deploy. These matters of fact have led to the concept of salvage-friendly ship. More than a protection is also a competitive advantage. Problem with slide? This is it. What do we call a salvage-friendly ship? The salvage-friendly ship concept aims at equipping ships with technologies to control pollutants and facilitate their evacuations from each cargo and bunker tanks. It meets four distinctive technological challenges. First of all, avoid leaks. Second, ensure tanks' integrity. Third, to make accesses to each tanks, cargo or bunker tanks. And as the last one, to provide immediate data to the emergency responders. Why? In order to gain time in the pollutant evacuation, help preventing accident from becoming economical and ecological disaster, make the ship and the ship owner providers of clear and efficient emergency response, and protect the ship owner's reputation and image. Nowadays, in 2014, the concept of a salvage-friendly ship has never been more relevant. This concept has been already adopted and supported. Pioneering ship owners are getting equipped to enhance their corporate social responsibility. Classification societies and shipyards promote salvage-friendly solutions as a marker for the most ecologically advanced ship owners. Also, lawmakers at the IMO and the EU are concerned about this concept. And the salvage company, through their International Salvage Union, the ISU, now strongly recommend equipping ships with this technology. All advocate to make ships salvage-friendly. The concept of the salvage-friendly ships was first used in 1991 by the US Coast Guard, when they requested ships to be equipped with the Smith brackets for the emergency towings. In the meantime, the US Coast Guard were calling the IMO on the ship owners to equip ships with cargo piping systems to ease the pollutant evacuation. Based on that and our own research, we have developed the fast oil recovery systems that I will introduce to you. The 4 systems need more than 10 years of study to develop a system which is now easy to install. Technically, the system re-engineers cargo and bunker tanks piping systems to be implemented. It aims to make the ship owners controlling emergency response plan that it will propose, that provide also emergency responders with data that they will need. And of course, to help to communicate as a proactive way to face media. With the final objective to make the ships and the owner a player of the end crisis. What about the technical aspect, quickly? Cargo and bunker tanks are, as you know all here, complex, a very complex network of pipes and equipment, valves, overflow, venting. Tanks locations are often chosen in order to save as much as possible commercial space. Due to new ships' design, bunker and cargo tanks are now more protected, but more complex to access. Our mission and expertise is to improve accessibility to tanks. Removal has to be handled the quickest and safest way as possible. Our goal is to make simple what it is complex and time-consuming, to give leadership back to the ship owner.
The fast oil recovery system, created and patented by JLMD System in France, is one example of a maritime passive safety system that can easily and quickly be installed in any new or existing ship. The FOR system ensures access to all tanks and an easy and standardized process for fast recovery of pollutants. It's surprisingly affordable, requires no maintenance at all, and is fully certified by Bureau Veritas. Normally, lots of difficult decisions must be made when approaching a crashed ship. A lot of effort is needed to gain access to the tanks, while hole drilling is a dangerous and lengthy process. Overall, a lot of time and money is needlessly lost when no FOR system is on board. When the FOR system is implemented, every tank has at least 2 standard connections. In one, seawater can be injected. With the other, oil is extracted. If the tank is not submerged, a pump can be used. Additional benefits for the FOR system include that fast discharging of tanks in a harbour is even possible when standard systems are failing. With off-specification oil bunkering, many days could be saved. Furthermore, shipbreakers are provided with an easy and safe way to release liquids and gases. Today, the shipping community is working hard to reduce the impact of maritime transport on the environment. In years to come, ships are more likely to be publicly rated for their environmental performance, including their capacity to minimize the impact of an accident at sea. The FOR system is a clear demonstration of your commitment to social corporate responsibility.
I didn't have time to introduce you to the animation, but pictures is better than words. It was a best way, I guess, to introduce you to this concept. And it goes without saying that the engineering provided cover a wider range of cases to include the incident, and especially about the off-spec oil, which is also very time-consuming. Another topic which is coming, and especially we talk about the IMO, is the dismantling. And also such kind of solutions could face and could cope with what could be the requirements in the coming years about the dismantling. These solutions, protected by several international patents, can be installed in all kinds of ships. Our experience is quite right. You know, bulk carrier has been installed with such kind of solutions. We also have crude oil tankers, which are for cargo tanks and bunker tanks now to be equipped. Chemical tankers, product tankers, and of course the container ships, and especially the ultra-large one, which are, when you are talking with some stakeholders, like a nightmare. These ships just require some specific equipment to be safer and to make people just more relaxed as soon as you are talking about such kind of things. Just to conclude, because I'm just looking to the clock and to make sure not to run away the time. The concept of the salvage friendly ships has been, as I told you, supported by plenty of stakeholders. And now class society, authorities, insurers just underline the ship operational way as not the only one to be considered. Accidental pollution is more than ever a technical issue to manage. Make the ship salvage friendly is more than nice to have, but a must to have today and in the near future. But it is also a concrete competitive advantage for the shipping companies. This is it. I try to be quite sensitive because I have plenty of information to give you, and I thank you very much for your attention.